Before we do anything else, and before we even get stuck into allyship, we have to talk about privilege. It's become a real dirty word, and everyone fights and argues that they don't have it because they don't want to seem like the bad person. But the truth is, everyone has privilege. Privilege is just this sliding scale, and we all sit at different points of that scale. Now, my privilege is that although I'm a person of colour with African descent, I'm light-skinned, so I have light-skin privilege. I've got the privilege of a British passport, which opens a lot of doors for me and gets me into just about every country in the world very easily. I've got the privilege of having a white mother, and half of my family are white, so I've got a level of white privilege as well. I've got the privilege of a very good education, which has given me certain tools and languages that allow me to navigate white spaces and be successful in those spaces far more easily than some of my black peers. My education has helped my career, which has in turn allowed me to set up a business. They're all my privilege points, and it's really important to recognize where your privilege lies so that you can then use it to help out people with less privilege. The reason we identify our privilege is just so that we can use it to help those who are less privileged. It's as simple as sharing. So, for example, Ella Fitzgerald couldn't get booked by clubs and TV because she was black. And so Marilyn Monroe offered to come to the nightclub and sit in the front row every night Ella was singing if they would book her. That's Marilyn Monroe using her white privilege to help out another black woman who was struggling. Or another example is Andy Murray in tennis, using his privilege as a male to talk about equal rights and equal pay for women in tennis. That's an example of him using his male privilege to help out women who have less privilege. And it's as simple as that. We just identify where our privilege points lie on this huge scale, and then we just use it to help out those who have less than we have.